China shocked. The world is abuzz as breaking news shakes the region, sending ripples through global headlines and diplomatic circles alike. Vietnam and the Philippines forge powerful alliance in South China Sea, read the headlines flashing across international news networks. This unexpected partnership has caught many by surprise, signaling a dramatic shift in the region's delicate balance. The world watched as warships patrolled the disputed waters, radar screens lit up, and diplomats scrambled to respond. Tensions ran high in command centers, where every movement was tracked and every decision weighed with caution. In a stretch of ocean that has long been a flashpoint, a new chapter was unfolding. One that threatened to shake the balance of power in Asia. The South China Sea, rich in resources and strategic value, has become the stage for a high-stakes geopolitical drama. The formation of a strong partnership between Vietnam and the Philippines is not just another headline, it's a turning point. Their leaders stood united at a joint press conference, announcing a new era of cooperation and mutual defense. These two nations, once wary of each other, now stand shoulder to shoulder, sending a bold message to their neighbors and the world. Their navies now conduct joint patrols, demonstrating a commitment to safeguarding their interests and deterring aggression. The alliance also challenges long-standing territorial claims, as both countries coordinate their efforts to assert sovereignty over contested waters and islands. With each ship that sails and every diplomatic note exchanged, the stakes get higher. The risk of miscalculation grows, and the world holds its breath, hoping for dialogue over conflict. The eyes of the world are fixed on the South China Sea, waiting to see how these new alliances and old rivalries will play out. As tensions rise, the future of the region and perhaps global stability hangs in the balance. Vietnam and the Philippines have not always been close partners. For much of their history, the two nations followed separate paths, shaped by different colonial legacies and regional priorities. Their interactions were often limited, and cooperation was rare. But in recent years, a shared sense of urgency has brought them together. Facing common challenges, both countries have realized the importance of unity in a rapidly changing region. Both countries have long struggled with China's growing claims in the South China Sea. These disputes have threatened their fishing grounds, energy resources, and even the safety of their citizens at sea. Now, they are forging a powerful alliance to stand up for their interests. This partnership marks a significant shift in regional dynamics as two former rivals join forces. Leaders in Hanoi and Manila have signed new agreements on security, information sharing, and joint patrols. These deals are designed to boost their ability to respond quickly to incidents and deter aggression. They have begun holding regular meetings to coordinate their strategies. These discussions cover not only military cooperation, but also economic ties and diplomatic efforts. The goal, to protect their sovereign rights and push back against any threats. Joint patrols send a strong signal that neither country stands alone in defending its territory. The alliance is not just about military power, it includes law enforcement, marine research, and disaster response. By working together in these areas, they build trust and resilience, preparing for both man-made and natural challenges. By working together, Vietnam and the Philippines hope to strengthen their hand at the negotiating table. Their united front gives them greater leverage in talks with larger powers and within ASEAN. Their message is clear: united, they are stronger. This alliance is a statement of determination and hope for a more secure future. This new friendship has sent shockwaves through the region, challenging the status quo. As their cooperation deepens, the world is watching to see how this unlikely but powerful alliance will shape the future of Southeast Asia. The South China Sea has always been a vital waterway, rich in fish, oil, and gas. It is also a key shipping lane for global trade. China claims most of the South China Sea, drawing a 9-dash line that stretches deep into the territory of neighboring countries. Vietnam and the Philippines both reject China's map, pointing to international law and decades of history. These overlapping claims have led to angry words, standoffs at sea, and even the building of artificial islands. Memories of colonialism, war, and shifting alliances still shape how these nations see each other. But with new threats emerging, old enemies are finding common ground. Today, as old wounds combine with new ambitions, the South China Sea is once again a battleground. One of the most visible signs of the new alliance between Vietnam and the Philippines is the joint patrols now taking place in the contested waters of the South China Sea. These patrols are not just symbolic, They represent a significant shift in regional dynamics and a new chapter in maritime cooperation. Vietnamese and Philippine Coast Guard ships sail side by side, their crews working together seamlessly to monitor activity, enforce maritime laws and ensure the safety of their respective territories. Officers from both nations coordinate closely, sharing responsibilities and building trust as they navigate these challenging waters together. These patrols send a clear and unmistakable signal, not only to their own citizens, but also to the world, that the two countries will not back down in the face of external pressure. Their determination is evident in every maneuver and every raised flag. The two governments now exchange real-time data on ship movements and suspicious activities, using advanced technology and constant communication to stay one step ahead of potential threats. This unprecedented level of cooperation allows them to respond quickly and effectively to any threats or emergencies, whether it's an illegal fishing boat or a sudden maritime accident. Regular joint exercises have also become common, helping both sides improve their readiness, refine their tactics, and build mutual understanding. These drills are essential for preparing for real-world scenarios. From search and rescue missions to handling oil spills and environmental disasters, the alliance is preparing for all scenarios, ensuring that both nations are ready to protect their people and their resources. The message is simple but powerful. Unity makes them stronger and safer. By working together, they are sending a message of resilience and cooperation to the entire region. China, long accustomed to dealing with its neighbors one-on-one, now faces a united front. This new reality complicates its strategy and forces it to reconsider its approach in the South China Sea. Other countries in the region are watching closely, weighing their options and wondering if they too should join this growing movement for collective security and cooperation. The new normal is here, and it's reshaping the balance of power in Southeast Asia. For years, China was confident in its ability to dominate the South China Sea. Its navy grew rapidly, and its Coast Guard enforced its claims with little resistance. The sudden partnership between Vietnam and the Philippines has caught Beijing off guard. No longer can China play its neighbors against each other. Chinese officials have responded with a mix of anger and caution. State media warn of serious consequences, while diplomats urge restraint. Behind the scenes, military planners are rethinking old strategies. The fear in Beijing is clear. If more countries join this alliance, China's grip on the region could weaken. As the world watches, China must decide how far it is willing to go to defend its claims. Every move is now riskier, and the cost of a mistake could be high. The South China Sea crisis is not just a local issue. Major powers like the United States, Japan, and Australia have strong interests in the region. As tensions rise, these countries are stepping up their involvement. The United States has increased its naval patrols and flown surveillance planes over disputed areas. Japan and Australia have also sent ships and offered training to regional coast guards, supporting Vietnam and the Philippines. These outside powers are working together through alliances like the Quad. Their message: international law must be respected, and no single country should control the South China Sea. With so many powerful navies in one place, the risk of accidents or misunderstandings is growing. But for Vietnam and the Philippines, outside support is a valuable shield. The partnership between Vietnam and the Philippines is different from old alliances. In the past, countries in Southeast Asia often acted alone, afraid to anger China or each other. Now, the mood is shifting. They see strength in unity. This new alliance is more flexible and dynamic, relying on trust and shared goals. Both sides are careful to avoid actions that might provoke a major conflict, but they're not afraid to stand up for their rights. Technology is also changing the way alliances work. Satellite images, drones, and secure communication links help Vietnam and the Philippines coordinate in real time. As more countries look for new ways to protect their interests, the old rules of power in the region are being rewritten. The days of going it alone may be over. No group feels the effects of these changes more than local fishermen. For generations, families in Vietnam and the Philippines have depended on the South China Sea for their livelihoods. Now, rising tensions make every trip to sea a gamble. Confrontations with coast guards, new rules, and blocked fishing grounds are common. Some fishermen have lost boats or catch, while others fear arrest or violence. Vietnam and the Philippines have offered support, new equipment, and better training to their fishermen. They hope that by working together, they can protect their people and ensure that the sea remains a shared resource. Despite the challenges, there is also hope. Many local people believe that unity and cooperation will make the sea safer and more prosperous for everyone. China is not standing still in the face of these new alliances. The country is investing heavily in advanced technology to maintain its edge. From artificial intelligence to new surveillance drones, China is determined to monitor every move in the South China Sea. Chinese vessels are equipped with powerful radar and communication systems. Satellite networks allow Beijing to see nearly everything that happens in disputed waters. In addition, China is building more artificial islands and installing new missile systems. The goal is clear: to ensure that China remains the dominant power in the region. But every new tactic brings risks, pushing neighbors closer together and attracting more global attention. Today, the South China Sea is one of the world's most closely watched hotspots. Media outlets, governments, and ordinary citizens track every development. Social media spreads news and rumors in real time, making it harder for any side to hide its actions. International organizations, like the United Nations, call for dialogue and respect for the law. Businesses are watching closely too, because any conflict could disrupt shipping and hurt the global economy. This global attention acts as both a brake and an accelerator, slowing risky moves but fueling national pride. Every step is now performed on a global stage. The battle for influence is no longer just about ships and islands, but about winning hearts and minds worldwide. The changes underway in the South China Sea are more than just headlines. The new alliance between Vietnam and the Philippines, and China's response, will affect peace, prosperity, and freedom of the seas for years to come. For the people who depend on these waters, the uncertainty is real. Will their children inherit a sea of conflict, or one of cooperation? The answers depend on choices made by leaders and by ordinary people. Yet there is also hope. If managed wisely, today's crisis could become tomorrow's opportunity. In the end, the fate of the South China Sea will be shaped by trust, courage, and the desire for a better future.